This episode is specifically for my recovering people pleasers, my sensitive little beans, my empaths who are like sponges. You're good listeners. You know how to hold space naturally by just being that which you are. This is your ow, a fly just flew in my eye. This is just your natural essence, right? And what happens a lot of times is that we grow up taking on the energy of other people and holding so much space that we get drained because we are unable to speak our truth in the moment and communicate. And a lot of times what happens is that people just emotionally dump onto us, without asking permission if we have the space to hold space for them. I find that it's really important for me to speak on this topic today because this is something that's been so freaking prevalent my whole life, where I have just always been such a good listener, and I find that in conversations, if I'm with someone that has a big energy or they like to talk a lot, sometimes the conversation balance becomes like 80-20, where 80% of the time the other person's talking and 20% I'm talking and 80% of the time I'm listening. So today we're going to be talking about how to truly just like set your boundaries, become aware that this is happening in your own life, and really call back in your power and your energy and set those boundaries that protect your energy. This week I found myself in a situation where someone was speaking 95% of the time and I was speaking 5% of the time. And the 5% of the time that I was speaking, I didn't feel like I was being received by the other person. And during the conversation, it was very hard for me to speak my truth and communicate what I was feeling, even though that I was aware in the moment that there was a lot of energy that I felt was being drained from me. The energy that I was dealing with almost felt vampiric because the other person was unaware of their actions. They were completely unconscious to the situation and the energy balance that was happening. So first of all, if you've experienced this in your life, then I want to let you know that you are not alone. You are just an empath, you are just a safe space, and that is so beautiful. But at the same time, you need to speak up for yourself, you need to set boundaries and protect your energy. Every single day, first thing I want you to do when you wake up, I want you to ground your energy. Sit down before you even go on your phone. You shouldn't go on your phone the first 30 minutes to hour of waking up. Close your eyes and cut off your existing grounding cord from the day before, and I want you to create a new grounding cord starting from the base of your spine. Write your name on this grounding cord and send it all the way down to the core of the earth. Imagine it going through all of the layers and feel your root chakra connected to the earth. And then after this, I want you to call back all of your energy. Imagine a golden sun over your head, adding in whatever intention for the day, whether it be joy, amusement, productivity, inner peace. Once you have called back all of your energy from any spaces or places that it has been left behind, I want you to crack this golden sun and fill up your aura with a golden bright light. Doing this first thing in the morning really just helps get your energy right, helps you expand your awareness, and helps you stay grounded within your own body and truth and self and communication. Another tool and tip that I want to give you is to assertively communicate your truth in each and every single moment. And I know that this is easier said than done, but there's this perception that I believed, and I know so many people believe, that assertiveness can come off aggressive. But when you have spent your whole life being passive, then being assertive and setting boundaries may seem aggressive to you. But the truth is that assertiveness in your communication is actually a form of self-love and self-protection. Because when we assertively communicate our wants, our needs, and our desires, this really just allows the universe to know what's going on within our field, what we want, what we don't accept within our field, and what we are calling in. And this energy field that we create within ourselves doesn't even allow for interactions like that to happen, where someone's unconscious vampiric energy is taking away your life force. So please remember, assertive communication is a form of self-love. If you are afraid of being perceived as arrogant or aggressive, I want you to completely erase that out of your mind, because the truth is that you're just standing up for yourself, and if you don't stand up for yourself, then nobody else will. So it is really important that you stay rooted in who you are, in your knowing of who you are, and in the knowing of your awareness and what's going on around you at all times. People-pleasing tendencies are really just rooted in fear. Fear of being seen, fear of being judged, fear of being misperceived or misunderstood. So of course, recovering people-pleasers are going to feel so uncomfortable when it comes to really shifting into this place of assertive communication, standing in your truth, standing in your communication and boundaries and needs. Staying in this practice, staying in the grounding practice every single day, and speaking your truth unapologetically is the most important thing you can do. To not only show up for yourself, but to also just become the most authentic and empowered, inner-powered being that you are. And at the end of the day, you owe it to yourself to become this version of you. It is a personal development journey. It is a journey of really recognizing the power of your soul and the strength that you have within. Because if you keep allowing yourself to be a doormat that allows people to just walk all over you, then that's how you're going to stay. And you have to take the accountability and the selfless discipline and responsible action to really change that narrative and start standing up for yourself and speaking your truth. I know that this can sound a little bit intense and intimidating, but it is just the truth. And I can speak to this so fully and wholly because I've been experiencing this for my whole life, where I just felt like a doormat. I felt like people have taken advantage of me for my whole life because I've just been so soft and sweet and pure, and people that have a vampiric energy tend to take advantage of this, whether it be conscious or unconscious. And what I'm realizing now is that there's nothing more important than really shielding yourself and protecting your energy, because if you don't, then this life force will just keep being taken away by people outside of you. So I want you to hear me. Know your worth. Recognize how fucking worthy and beautiful and powerful of a being you are. Become aware of what is going on around you each and every single day, the people that you deal with, the environments that you're in. Where are you feeling drained? What is taking your energy? What's making you feel full and empowered? Start taking note of these things, because this is how you'll start expanding your awareness and realizing what is actually here supporting you versus what is here really taking your energy and sucking your life force away. If you're listening to this podcast right now, I know that you are as devoted to your self-healing and self-development and growth journey as I am. So it's about time that we really just stand in our truth, start expanding our awareness, start recognizing the things that take our energy and what actually supports our energy and growth every single day, that we start grounding and rooting in who we are in the morning, protecting our energy and just showing up authentic as fuck, setting boundaries and communicating assertively. Because again, if you spend your whole life pleasing people, you're gonna end up unpleasing yourself. And the whole purpose of this life is to fucking feel fulfilled within yourself, to please yourself by being of service to others. And the only way you can be of service to others is if you're of service to yourself first. And stepping into your power doesn't mean that you're negating your softness and your love and your compassion. It just means that you are being more loving and compassionate with yourself first, which then allows you to fill your cup and then give more to others from a place of service and care and love for yourself first. I love you guys so much. I hope you found value in this episode. Please give a rating on the podcast. It would help me out so much. Post on your stories, share it with your friends. Subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. And I want to show you where I am right now, because this is literally a dream come true. So I'm actually staying at my friend's cabin. I love you, Toot and Nini. They're away for the weekend in Kambutal. And we are just right on the ocean. I'm letting so bad. But yeah, it's been so magical to just do a little self-retreat here and spend time with myself, reflect, and record this little podcast. So I love you guys, and I will see you next week. Mwah.